still, it's 1/11, December 18th. I had the urge to put that realization, right, from this morning, seeing that the last video that I posted was on my limitations and barriers. And just sitting right with still with the doubt of what I'm supposed to do next, even though I already know I have all the tools. So it dawned on me to look back a year ago, exactly a year ago, to see, and then as I was watching the videos for that last week, this time last year, it was also the last full week of my job. It was the last full week because it was the holidays and I was only gonna work a few days. So I only had like 4 days left, 4 or 6 days left before I was gonna be set free from that workplace. And I'm listening to myself talk, realizing it was also the 18th. It was the 18th. It was a Friday. It happens to be a Saturday today, but it was a Friday last year. And and I was on my way to the antique shop, or getting ready. I was gonna go pick up the books that I had set aside, which actually I kept some of them. And so I started watching the videos after that too. And then realizing that it was also the week, this was also the week that I found out what my calling was. Where my colleague, a friend, I disclosed to her what I was doing. And she opened up about her gifts and the vision that she saw of me, and saying that I would be the way. And remembering that moment, and I recorded myself crying, and it was I realized at that time I didn't do time stamps, but it was chapter 7, my mini Yubi plan, realizing the realization of this project, or something like that it was called. And me just crying right after being told that news. And I didn't say what it was then, because I think it was, there's still an element of me still having a hard time believing it. But I remember, even though it sounded heavy, it was more validation of something I already knew. And now I'm here a year later, with the tools at hand. I have what I need. And just needing to keep doing it, right? Needing to keep chugging away at it. And so then, coincidentally, that same week, I recorded the timeless love letter to myself, when I gave myself a pep talk about my self-worth. So I listened to it, and I'm so grateful I recorded it. So grateful, because I really needed to hear it. Really needed to hear it. As I'm listening to myself, and I look so much younger. I look naive. Right? I see myself, I'm like, oh dang, I was really naive right there. Really, it's all about love. When it was all about the heart space. And just what I say. And I wrote some of the stuff down too. I wrote some of the stuff down that I'm doing great. I'm doing great things. I am having an impact on people. And even thinking about my clients today. The theme of fearing the unknown. And then just the work that I'm doing with my clients of all ages. And one, of helping her process her dream, and the dream she had today was, there was the progression of her dreams from her anticipating the witches were coming, and now the dream she had today was her fighting and killing the witch, like she was able to overcome it, and that she had, her third eye was hurting, it was hurting. And then she has other dreams of spirits, and I asked her, how are your feelings about just spirits in that world? And she's like, I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid of it. But she's had a lot of experiences. So I said, it looks like you're having this progression of dreams to help you feel more confident in what you're being called to do, right? Your third eye opening. It's hurting because it's wanting to come out, and there's still resistance, and so your dreams are preparing you to feel confident. The dream she's been having, a lot of it has been around spirits and overcoming certain spirits and being possessed. And she's had dreams where she's actually interacting with spirits. So I had mentioned to her about her birth chart too, but again, just had I not gone through this experience, I don't think I would have been able to help her. And then seeing my other client who's in his 70s, reflecting back on his life, having this inner calling, and struggling with himself to the point of self-harm, at risk of self-harming behaviors his whole life because of this internal conflict, internal pulling that he wants to follow, but society's telling him something else. And all I did in his case was just reflect back to him the story that he shared, highlighting certain things about where he was culturally, the time periods that he lived through, like the Vietnam War, and this call to service and not being able to, and just the barriers, right? And every time we end, even though I only speak for 10 minutes because he shares most, and he apologizes, like, I'm sorry that I talked for most of the session. I'm like, don't apologize. This is for you, right? I'm creating this space and time for your level of awareness. Right, wherever you're at. But he keeps telling me your words are reassuring, your words are healing. And this continued theme for all my clients that they tell me, your words are very healing. Your words are healing. So I know I'm doing something right? I am doing great things. And that's what I tell myself in the love letter. I'm doing great things. I am breaking cycles. I wrote it down on my post to remind myself. I am breaking cycles. I'm breaking barriers. Redefining constructs for myself. And then I make a statement that I remember. And I tell myself, don't settle for anything less than what my heart wants. Don't settle for anything less than what my heart wants. December 22nd. I said that I dated it because it was a love letter. December 22nd. Do not settle for anything less than what my heart wants. The following day, December 23rd. He came over that day. It was when I was being triggered. He came over that day. That was the... Was that the day? No, we had already had the talk, I think. What happened that day? I don't remember. I think we kind of had gotten over the challenge. We had gotten over the challenge, and I felt him a little more guarded, but he was still there. So we had two conversations. I think, I don't remember. But what I remember, what got triggered, was that he came over. He was on my couch, and that's when he told me. That his family would get on his case, why he hadn't settled, and that he said he wasn't going to settle just for anybody, is what he said. And I remember being taken by that, and just hearing myself say that the day before, and then hearing him repeat that the following day. I remember being like, oh my god, that's so weird. So, and that one was the same, chapter 7, my mini Yubi plan, a timeless love letter. And then, as I'm listening to myself that week and reflecting on my clients and reminding myself, what is my why? Why am I doing this? Why am I walking into the unknown? Why am I going through this healing process? Right? Why am I putting myself through these moments of discomfort? Why? And then I realized, I remembered, why? I'm doing this for you. Wherever you are on your healing journey, I'm doing this for you. So that you remember that you're not alone. That you're not alone in your own journey. That it's okay to walk into the unknown. That it's okay to challenge the things that hold you back. If you feel the call to follow it. I was telling my client who was struggling, he's now in his 70s, and he's very skeptical, and he knows that about himself, and he's like, I was hoping the CBT stuff would work. It's like, and it did for a while. And I said, the thing about CBT is this: it's challenging your core beliefs, but your core beliefs are extended. It's beyond you, because your core beliefs stem from society's beliefs. So there's a certain element that in order for you to challenge these beliefs, you have to challenge society's beliefs as well. Whatever environment you're in, whether it's your household beliefs, right? Cultural beliefs, society beliefs. And and that's challenging. I told him, I said, that's challenging, but it can be done. It can be done. Because I'm doing it right now. For me. People have done it. My why is you. My why is you. It's always been you. For that one, whoever this resonates with. This is why I'm doing it. I need to remember that. You are my why. You've always been my why. You've always been. And I'm gonna be just fine. I will see this through. I made the commitment. I've done it this far. And I'm not the same person that I was. But I've taken the lessons with me. And each step has prepared me for this moment. And I'm going to jump in. So I'm close to the finish line. I feel it. And it's definitely been a journey. And as much as there's been pain and heartbreak and tears and crying and sorrow, it's all been worth it. It's all been worth it. Because you are worth it. You really are. Hi, my name name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us, in whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me.